practice for now. Good. Perhaps you would like to set an intention. And then let's chant an Om to bring us together. Let's exhale here. Big inhale. And then just coming in to be the observer of your breath. Be the observer of how you feel physically. Be the observer of the inhalation breath, the air being cool. The exhalation breath, the air being slightly warmer. In through the nose, out through the nose. Beautiful. It's a marvelous skill to be able to be mindful of what comes up for us. Mindful of the sensations that you feel, mindful of the emotions that may arise. For no other reason than to just focus and notice it. And these other bits that happen now for you, may that be other sound, different sound than you would normally encounter in here if you practice in the studio. Smells, different lighting, other people. Just give this all a smile. So if you can invite it in as a welcome addition to your practice. It's only a distraction really if we name it that. If that's our perspective. So let's invite it in as a sense of comfort. Beautiful. Nice. And with our eyes closed, with our focus on our breath, let's still come into belly breath. Belly rises on the inhale. Belly folds down on the exhale. Notice how it feels different to seated than if we're lying down. Very nice. Beautiful. And then just very slowly starting to release the hands, starting to open the eyes. And we're just going to start. And if you've been here on Monday night? No, I think we did it yesterday. Oh no, yesterday morning. Just a little cradling idea of your, let's start on the right, your right leg. So we have the left leg just casually straight and the right leg comes sort of up, knees bent, the lower leg is parallelish to the floor, and we just like a bow and arrow, bring that knee joint back and bring it forward, then bringing the lower leg a little closer. Yeah, depending on the flexibility, you could ask if that foot could come into the hip crease. That's it, beautiful. Yeah, that's it. And maybe if that's too strong for those hips, then just stay there. And now let's make this a little bit more active. Let's bring the left leg into strength, engaging the left leg. Beautiful. Yeah, that's it. And good. And if you can, then sit up nice and tall. So there is, the legs are engaging, core is engaging. Nice. If you want it to be in this position, make it a little stronger. Our aim is, that's it, Gail, we're eliciting some sensation here in the face, outer thigh buttock, a bit like pigeon. Now the sensation releases as we release the heel towards the groin. If we bring it up and closer to the chest, ooh, this is a little stronger. So just finding a comfortable position here. You don't have to be completely still, that's it. But if we can, let's sit up nice and tall. So have core strength engaged, bandhas, mula bandha, uddiyana bandha, and give that straight leg on the floor. Hope you can see that engagement. And then I just want us to feel into the idea that we always want to work outside of pain, however, with sensation. So we navigate discomfort. I know this feels a little long. Yeah. So Linda is more open, so we're going to draw that lower leg a little closer. Ooh, and then inhale, exhale, slowly release. We're just going to do the other side. Good. Left knee bend, Going to just have a little wiggle, or that bow and arrow idea where the knee goes back a little. That's it. That's it. That's it, Megan. That's it. And then maybe seeing if the lower leg could gently, it's just a gentle rocking motion. We're only just going to go, okay, how's my body feeling? Yeah, that's it. Beautiful. And then you can stay in that fairly casual position, or you can start, that's it, straightening the leg. So engaging your straight leg side, which is for most of us the right leg. That's it. That's it. That's it, gal. And then see if we can all have a dorsiflexion in the foot. It's a bit safer for the knee joint if the toes go back. Ah, maybe this is your more open side. Ooh, my left is my tightest side, so there's no chance of getting that lower leg close to the chest. We want to work with that sense of challenging sensation. And we just let it be. Don't force, don't force. It's not the end game to have that foot in the heel, elbow crease. That's it. And if it's too strong, lower the heel. But if you can, keep it parallel. And then lifting up. Yes, that's it, Megan. Beautiful. Breathing, inner smile, outer smile. Good. You can give passing family members a smile. That's still alive. You can give passing pets a smile. This is reality. You know, we're all doing the best we can, and we know what is the best. Beautiful. Let's stay seated. You just have a few more breaths. I'm just going to switch the screen so I can see everyone. Beautiful. And just feeling into the sensation. Yes, if you, hello Louisa, if you had already had to come out, then that's your default tonight. And then inhale here, exhale, release. Brilliant. Let's come into a squat. Okay, now may not be your most open position. You may need to come into this. Kathy, you modify as always. Louisa, you are having the benefit of daylight, but we have the benefit of having had the day with movement, so we are probably a little bit more flexible. So flexibility increases throughout the day. Let's not be static. Let's just move from left to right a little. But our strength decreases. Nice. What comes up? What's going on here in that squat? Maybe it is now more palpable in your buttocks and in your hips rather than in your lower back. Beautiful. And then let's come into a downward facing dog. So somewhere on your mat, find your downward facing dog. If you want me to actually see you really fully, it may be wise over time to position your camera so that I can have that side view as you have of me. I do leave that up to you. If I see you from front on, I might just see your back and your buttocks. Beautiful. Nice. Let's come into inhale, tippy toes, exhale onto your heels, and we gently walk the hands back to the feet. Noticing what goes on with your breath. Let your head hang, which is coming forward into Uttanasana, that gentle forward fold. You're welcome to bend your knees if it's too pulling at the backs of the legs. And then we rock forwards and backwards with the aim of trusting ourselves that we have enough core strength, enough reflex here, that we can let the head hang and we could catch ourselves should we tumble forward. And there we go. Good. Toe heel your feet together. That's it. Let your arms dangle even more, perhaps a little bit more forward fold, and then slowly drawing in the belly and curling up the spine. Nice and slow. Beautiful. Good. And we're just going to come into that energetic release that we have done before in class. It would look, I'll show you front on. It would look like this. So you reach up, you reach behind, you have your feet a little wider than your hips, and you exhale forcefully, and you let your arms come to the side, your knees bend, and then inhale up again. You could even and exhale through your mouth. Exhale forward, swinging back up. It doesn't have to be a back bend, but it can. Beautiful. Exhale. Yeah, sideways it'll look like this. Of course, if your thighs aren't on the stronger side tonight, you may just come forward like this, or you may come down into a full squat. just pretend there's no one else at home and you can just really laugh. Letting everything, letting the emotions be felt tonight. Letting that release happen. Emotions are heightened around a full moon. Let's do 2 more. And this full moon in Libra apparently is all about balance and relationships. Let's come feet hip distance apart, and we're coming into this position. Knees slightly bent. And we just let the shoulder girdle, that's it, and the upper body just swing around ourselves. Beautiful. And as you can hear your hands, your arms can really give your body a little bit of a tickle. There we go. That's it, Hallie. Just bend your knees a little. Yeah, so don't be, yeah, just a little. Don't be stiff in the leg. That's not so good for the lower back. Let that whole upper body girdle. That's it. Nice. And then slowly releasing. And if you have jumpers on like I do, maybe now's the time. And then find your Tadasana out of the view. Here we go. And we, nice. Feel your Samasthiti and feel the tingling in the body. And sometimes, yeah, sometimes when we have, especially now in those times when we may have the chance to be at home a little more, there may be this sense of inertia, that sense of, I need to get going, but I'm not sure if I can. Notice just that little swing has just opened the body, makes the body a little bit more alive and alert, and your mind switches on a little better. Beautiful. Coming into Samasthiti, finding the thighs engaged. I really want you to feel this. So ground your heels to the floor. That's it. Beautiful. Engage your thighs, engage your calves. Tuck your tailbone under and feel this solid. So you feel your buttocks switching on. You feel your thighs switching on. You feel your tailbone tucking under. That switches on the front of the belly. And you let your shoulders drop. You let your fingertips, that's coming to Tadasana, fingertips down to the side of the thighs. Broadening the chest, tucking the chin under. Beautiful. Let's find balance. Let's open our eyes. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Beautiful. Salutation A. Exhale, coming forward. All the way, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, one leg, then the other leg. Let's do a downward facing dog. Let's come into a higher plank. Knees down, chaturanga, elbows back. Let's just do a cobra. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. For 1. Inner smile, outer smile. For 2, you can still make movement here. Just feel into your body. Nice expressions. For 3, be kind. We're just warming up. 4, upper arms rolling outwards. Triceps rolling in. And 5, inhale onto the toes. Exhale, crouch down. Jump forward or walk. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, folding all the way forward, and then strong legs, palms come out to the side, reaching, and exhale to release. Brilliant. Let's do that again. Urdhva Hastasana, reaching. Nice, Kathy. Exhale, come forward. Lead with your heart. Your halfway lift, you can have the hands on the shins. Exhale, back down dog. High plank, inhale. Chaturanga on the knees or no knees, but make it firm. Open up, inhale, elbows to the hips, exhale, downward facing dog. For 1. Notice how it actually changes when you step your feet in. For 2, grounding the feet down, grounding the hands down, let the head hang. Be light in your shoulders by engaging your thighs, bringing the triceps in towards each other. Let me see, beautiful. Good, nice, Linda, letting the head hang, the gaze is to the toes or to the knees. Here we go. Last exhale here. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, step or jump. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Strong legs come up. All the way. And releasing. Let's do 1 more round. Inhale, warming up. Letting the energy move. Exhale, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, beautiful. Exhale, back down dog. High plank, inhale. Chaturanga. Open up into your back bend, into your downward facing dog. By all means, if it's too strong a start, bring your knees down or come into your child's pose. Otherwise, a few more breaths. The spine is long. That's it. If you feel you need to walk your dog or bend your knees, do that. Nice, beautiful expressions, everyone. I have to say. Good, Anastasia. Work on the triceps in the shoulders. Open a bit more. Beautiful. Last exhale. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, come forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Strong legs come up. And exhale to release. Beautiful. Inhale here. Exhale, chair pose. Just a beautiful chair pose. Inhale here. Exhale, twist. Right arm to the outside of the left. And we find our twist. We sink into the twist. Beautiful. Now feel that you don't want to sink into your right shoulder. You want to lengthen. So lengthen your upper body away from the palms of the hands. Make space. That's it, Louisa. Squeezing the knees together, switches on your pelvic floor. Find softness. 2 more. Nice expressions. Last exhale. Inhale. We're standing up. And we're doing a vinyasa. And we do the other side later. Exhale. Come forward. Halfway lift. Inhale. Shine your heart open. Exhale. Down dog. High plank. Inhale. Your chaturanga can be on the knees. Beautiful. Slow it down. Nice. Inhale to open. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we come into tabletop position. We just give our wrists a rest. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, looking up. Nice. Exhale to round. Inhale to look up. 3 more rounds, so 3 more exhalations. Curling the belly in. Tuck the chin under. Let those shoulders have a little bit of energy here. Good. And then coming back into downward facing dog. Take your time, you won't miss out. 2 breaths here, and then we come out. Then we do our chair pose onto the other side. Exhale here. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, step or jump. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Coming up, strong legs. Inhale. And now we're going into chair pose and we twist to the other side. So left upper arm to the outside of the right, or just your other side. Beautiful. I sometimes accidentally swivel my buttocks to the side as well. Find length. Beautiful. Yeah, and notice length between your shoulders and the top of the head. And if you can, bring your prayer hands into your chest, into your heart. That's it, Louisa. That's it. Trust yourself. You don't need to see so much. You feel it. Good, Megan. Bend your knees a little more. Sink the hips down. Last exhale, and then strong legs. Inhale, come up. Let's fold forward. Exhale, Uttanasana. Let's flow. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, back down dog. And we pause in high plank. Inhale. Nice. If the strength isn't there tonight, you're welcome to bring your knees down. You're encouraged to move at your own pace, at your own strength level. This is brilliant. If you're still here, and even if you're not, let's lift the left leg. Just a little lift in your high plank. If you've got the knees down, it looks like this. Inhale here, exhale, high plank again. Find that strength. Inhale here, exhale, the right leg lifts a little. If you've paused, just come back in. Inhale here, exhale, release. Inhale, exhale. Walk your hands back to your feet from downward facing dog. Brilliant. Uttanasana, just a dangling. Come back to Ujjayi breath. How beautiful does this forward bend feel? If it's not so beautiful for you, you could bend your knees and just let the chest and the thighs come together. Let your head hang. Oh, very nice. Beautiful. I'd like us in a kneeling position to just come into downward facing dog again. You're doing well, everyone. Brilliant. High plank, inhale. Exhale, coming to lower down onto the belly. And then we stay in cobra. Okay, stay in cobra. Just untuck your toes. This means that's it. You just push the tops of the feet to the floor. If I'm out of your screen, you don't need to see me. Lifting into cobra, elbows drawing down the back, and your shoulder blades move in towards the spine. You feel your whole back coming to life. And then inhale here, exhale, just push back into a child's pose. Beautiful. Nice. Resting the forehead on the floor. If you can, interlace your hands behind your back, or just in forward hero. And it's as if we're going to come into rabbit's ears. If your shoulders allow this, just bring your arms overhead in this manner. If your shoulders don't allow the interlace, then just those aeroplane arms like this. Nice. Just a few breaths here. Notice how this feels. Might squish our nose into the floor a little. And then inhale here, exhale, release, interlace the other way. So the knees are wide, we're sitting our buttocks on our heels, and we bring our arms overhead. Very nice. Let me see, a few more breaths. Notice what comes up. Maybe you feel a little claustrophobic. It's like, I can't breathe a lot here. Notice when we just breathe through, it doesn't have such a handle on us, the sense of, I'm not liking this. Coming forward, and then let's come into kneeling. I'm facing you. You can face whichever way you like. If you've been in class with me this week, I think it was yesterday morning, I can't remember. Let's do a little flow with our gate pose. So let's all do this together. Let's have the left leg bent on the floor like this. If you need a sofa cushion or a blanket, just, push the button and have family members bring it to you. Yeah, that'll be the upgrade. And excuse me. And then we're just looking for that right angle, upper leg, lower leg. And then we're just going to go a little bit of a side bend here. So leaning into that knee and then pushing back up. Good. You can have your right hand on your thigh and the left hand just dangles. Good. Now, we do this with awareness. I want you to feel as you push into your front heel, your right heel here, switches on your buttock, quadricep, your thigh. Goodness. Oops, good catch there, Anne. And then seeing if you can come into a little recoil. So we let ourselves sink forward and then we recoil and push into the heel. Nice. Can we control this? Beautiful. And then I'd like you to come into a circular motion. But remember, it's probably the knee that draws the circle, but the movement comes out of your hip and out of your foot. So the inside edge of the foot, the outside edge of the foot, the heel. Inside edge, toes, outside edge, heel. Yeah, and then we change direction. That's it. That's it, Megan. So if you can face forward a little more, so you're facing, towards that left knee that's pointing forward. Have we changed direction? Oh, I'd just like to also work into the hips with that idea of feeling secure. We need to work into our first and second chakra with that sense of security. Now we're going to be a little fancy. Hands to the hips, and we're going left and right again. And on our way back, we just see if we could lift that straight leg, that leg off a little, but keep it bent. The idea here is the full foot grounds down. If now you need a sofa cushion underneath your left knee, get it. Beautiful. Beautiful what I'm seeing. Feel your core, feel that pelvic floor engaged, feel the thigh engaged, and then see if it could be even more fancy. Whoa, not like this. Fancy with straightening the leg and bringing the arms into a little windmill. Good. Good. Can you trust yourself? Could you do this? Yeah, Megan, you stay where you are, where you go, maybe next week. 2 more. See if you could control the descent now. Maybe you could hover a little more. Control the descent with core. We will have sore buttocks tomorrow. Maybe that's not useful. Let's slowly slow down. Let's take a little child's pose and feel into that right hip. That hip that has been doing the dangling and the lifting up. Beautiful. Come into breathing into your side ribs. So just a little variation. Hang on, I'm going to go to a different screen. I'm going to check in on Linda and Kirsty and Hallie. Let's come up again. All good fun, isn't it? Linda, you've done this with me before this week, haven't you? Yeah. Ah, yes. Okay, just find your setup. Yeah. So the right knee and your hips and your chest facing forward, and the left knee points out. It's a bit like, you know, gate pose, all this mambo, jambule, and then coming. Ah, nice. But notice where this goes. It's your hamstrings, your quadricep, and a little of your buttocks, and a lot of your core. Good. Good. So let that hip joint just experience totally different ideas. Good. Be safe though in that heel. Nice. And then when the time is right, come into the circles. Aim to feel those circles inside edge of the foot. If you can see toes, outside edge, heel. Of course, the ankle joint moves. That's it. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's it, Kathy. Nice. And then changing direction. Ah, yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. Don't be too fast. We're still facing forward. We're opening that hip to the side. And you know, when the time is right, we're coming from left to right a little. Now you could perhaps lean into that left leg a little more. So feel this on the inside of your right leg. And when the time is further right and you trust yourself that you could balance, maybe come into that star shape expression. Maybe eventually straightening the leg just a little. Don't let the impact to be too strong on your right knee. So you take the impact with your leg strength, with your core strength. Beautiful. Yeah. If you FaceTime your family and your friends, you can go, look, I've learned a new trick in yoga tonight. Good. Good. Ah, it goes beautifully into the inner thighs, into that. 2 more. Nice. Or just really, you know, facing a different plane, facing a different direction. Doing well, everyone. Now we can't do all this without checking into the squat. Good. But make that squat perhaps a little broader, and then we keep moving. And eventually, and this will be good for Kathy, who's not really with that ankle still a little challenged, we're taking the feet a little wider, and we're bringing the buttocks up just a little. Just so eventually that's it. And if you want the strength work and you feel safe, you take your hands away. But there is no point in doing this and feeling too uncomfortable. That's it, Hallie. Maybe take the feet a little wider eventually. This can be quite strong. Admittedly, I'll just do this in class. So I'll do it as well. Nice. And then we're going to come into lizard. Into lizard. One leg forward, one leg back. Broaden stance. And then coming to the inside. I know we have done this before, but I feel it's useful. And then we move from here into the shoulders again. Maybe tonight you want that little recoil. You want to go down and come up a little. Or you go, no, my lizard is going to be still. Sensation in that expectedly front thigh, front hamstring. Back leg, hip flexor. Feeling into it. Nice. Find your ujjayi breath and breathe into where this challenges you. I'm coming off so I can see, but I'd like you to stay. Oh, find the balance between effort and ease. Oh, this is brilliant. That is really beautiful. Let me see. Good. That's it, Anne. Nice. Just softening, surrendering. Nice. And I know normally in class we stand up and we change to the other side. But here we have a little different setup. And that way I can stay in your view. We're going to change sides. So lift that back knee up. And the way we came in, just this little wiggle. Let's do that. That wide-legged, you can call this a wide-legged squat. Yeah. You know, strengthening the areas around the hip joint and moving into the hips. The hips are responsible or correspond with the first and the second chakra energetically. Let's turn to the other side. Whichever side is for you, the other side. Beautiful. That's it. That's it. Be safe with that back knee. Be wide in your distance. Nice. Eliciting change in the front of the hips, in the lower back. Beautiful. We all may not have as much accidental movement as we normally have, or quite possibly. So needing to keep those hip joints lubricated. Beautiful. So find your expression of lizard. That's it. That's it. You could be up here. That's absolutely fine. If this is your challenge, remember we work between that 60–70% range of discomfort. 100% is pain, and up to 40 or so is like not feeling anything. It just is. Breathing. So that full moon and that sense of balance. And in yoga practice, we know that we actually allow ourselves to feel into where is perhaps our life, our thoughts, our mental household, not so much in balance. Let's come forward again. Let's come into this shifting idea. Beautiful. And then see if you can be a little looser in your shoulders. You could come up here. You know, if the flexibility is in there and the strength, otherwise as slow, that's it. Nice girl. Do what you can, as slow and as wide with the legs as possible. Beautiful. And then we come up a little more. We toe heel the feet together a little. Perhaps just a little wider than a Trikonasana. And we bring the left hand forward and we bring our right arm up, inhale, coming into a modified prasarita padottanasana, a twisted one. Top hand, all going well, bend at the elbow and bring your top hand, your right hand, if you've been following my instructions, tickle your left hip crease. But the idea is again lengthening off the spine. I come off, I'd like you to stay. Good, good Anastasia. If you can look up to the ceiling, nice girl, that's beautiful, good, good. We're lengthening the spine. I'm still there, we're still there. Good, good. Good, Louisa. If it's too much, you can bend your knees, but preferably perhaps coming into a, yeah, nice expression. Megan, turn your top hand to the other side. Yeah, that way, beautiful. Good, good. Last exhale here and then inhale, coming forward. And you know we've done this before. We're going to walk forward into a pyramid pose. But you're not coming to your fingertips with the weight. You're leaning back because I'd like you to have prayer hands and lift up a little. Prayer hands lifting up. This is quite solid. Maybe you just lift a little bit. If it's too much in your lower back, bend your knees. Then it will look like this. Absolutely fine. Good, Megan. See if you could straighten your arms. Inhale here, exhale, release, have a little wiggle, and we move into the other side with our twist. Right hand underneath, left arm up. So stay in that twist before you bend your elbow. Good, good. So the idea is that your left shoulder, which is your top shoulder, moves back, and your right shoulder moves through. Where is your Ujjayi breath? That's beautiful. And if it's useful to you, bend your top arm. Bend at the elbow. Very nice. And just feel into where is this challenging for you tonight and where can you soften a little. Beautiful. Megan, turn your hand again. Yeah, that's it. Beautiful. Oh, loving these interactive classes. I can see what's going on. That's it, Anastasia. If you need to come out, come out. I just take it that you had to. Beautiful. And then inhale here, exhale, coming forwards. And then move yourself into a gentle child's pose. Toe heel your feet, navigate your way around on your mat. Be explorative. Child's pose. Oh, very nice. Very nice. coming up into kneeling. And we're going to come into, because I want that shoulder mobility, and Anastasia's asking for the shoulders and the neck. Remember, we've done that before. We had to actually close the studio. The shoulders shrugging up. So if you can you see sideways better? In a tabletop position, the shoulders coming forward around the ears, upwards, and then you drop the shoulders down. I accentuate that movement. Up. If you were standing or kneeling, this would be like this, and then that. Chum, chum. Let's do that in tabletop. That's it. So up towards the ears, and then down towards the back. That's it. You can inhale, shrugging them up. Exhale down. Just feel the shoulder blades moving. There doesn't need to be a lot of weight on your hands. So if you want to take the hands a little closer to the knees, then there is not a lot of weight. The shoulder blades still move. That's it, beautiful. Yeah, if I see you sideways, I can give you some correction if needed. Beautiful. And then we go up and down. So like a rounded position where it's like a cat pose where the shoulders drop down to the side in that dome shape. And then your shoulder blades sink in towards each other. That's a bit like pushing, letting yourself sink into the hands and then lift up. Yep. So this bit. Forwards and backwards if you were kneeling. That's it. That's it. Yeah, that's it, Luisa. So we have a little bit of an advantage. We've done this in the class before. Yeah. So let them go in towards the spine. So it's a bit like a triangle, and then let them round like a dome. Beautiful. And now, if you want to rise up to the challenge, bring this into a circular motion. So I always start with hunching up, down to the side, down the back, and then in. And then up, and then to the side, and then down, and then in, and then up to the side, down, and in. You may feel that faster is better for you. We may need to do it slow, and then we change direction. It's actually quite a skill, but it's marvelous. Yeah, how's that going, Anastasia? That's it, that's it. Yeah, let's not think about it too much. This is a feeling sense, a circle. Make a circular motion with your shoulder blades. Or in other ways, or in other words, with your arms, with your upper arms. A beautiful circle. Oh. I hope this is useful. Let's just see how this changes the sensation in our downward facing dog. Let's come into downward facing dog. Oh, nice. Shoulder blades on fire. Let's come into cat and cow only with the head. Inhale, looking up to the ceiling. Okay, let's stay in. If you need to come out while I demonstrate this, let's stay in downward facing dog, and the elbow creases move up to the ceiling, or your triceps move under, or your upper arms move outwards. And then cat and cow. So no collapsing just because we do cat and cow. Nice. And then cat and cow off the neck. Oh, beautiful. I just hope that makes a difference to the sensation in the neck and in the shoulders. Beautiful. And then walking the hands backwards to the feet. Brilliant positions, everyone. Good. Can you, in your forward bend, bring your hands to your chest in prayer hands? It's just a forward bend with prayer hands. And then bend your knees and come into chair pose with the prayer hands already at your chest. Beautiful. Toe heel your feet together. If not already, bring your knees together, Luisa. That's it. And then inhale here, exhale. We're coming into warrior 3. So we're starting to straighten our left leg. We bring our right leg back, and we bring our torso parallel towards the floor. Beautiful. Good. And just trust that you know what you're doing. You don't need to see me here. We're in a T shape with our body. Beautiful. And then inhale here and exhale. Slowly start to bend your standing leg. Beautiful. And slowly come back into chair pose. Good. And then inhale here. Exhale the other side. The other leg. The prayer hands still. Because the prayer hands give you a little bit of stability. Bring your prayer hands into your chest. Nice. Let me see, find your balance. Good, good. Straighten the leg a little, Megan. Anastasia as well. Good. Inhale here, exhale, bending your standing leg and coming back into chair pose. Seeing if we have the stamina to do that. And then inhale here, exhale, dangle forward, Uttanasana. Bend your knees, wiggle the knees a little. Beautiful. Now, wherever you are, just toe heel your feet as wide as the mat. Very nice. Interlace your hands behind your back if shoulders allow, otherwise just aeroplane arms. Interlace them. Inhale, bring your arms overhead, and exhale, allow yourself to come a little further forward and down. So it's not a wide-legged forward bend, it's just as wide as the mat. Nice. And then, and this could be a little challenging, starting to bend the knees, sinking the hips down, lifting the chest, and we're coming into this modified squat position. Do the best you can. Draw your shoulders back. Let the sternum shine forward. It's not necessarily a pretty pose. Good. Good, Anastasia. See if you can sink the hips down a little more. And then everyone, inhale here, exhale, just coming to the floor. You can do this elegantly. Arms forward, coming to seated, or maybe you need your hands to navigate. Brilliant. Good. Let's come into a twist. So the left, we don't often do this twist. Your left leg just tucks under, underneath your right buttock here. And then the right leg comes over. I think if I give too many instructions, it's just confusing. So just like this, like a shoelace. That's it. How are we going time-wise? Oh, perfect. Ta-ta. Lift and lengthen, inhale. So can we have fairy fingers? So if you sit here and you go, this is already a bit challenging, maybe you need to roll up your mat and sit on something. Otherwise, that toe of your left foot pushes down into the mat and this knee lifts up. So cradle the leg for a moment, lift and lengthen, inhale. If you feel, if you've just eaten, just because that's how your rhythm is, then you need to twist to the left, away from the leg for the belly to be open. But if you're okay in your belly and you haven't eaten, twist to the other side. Cradle your right leg, twist to the right. Cradle your right leg with the left arm. And then bring your right hand behind to just push yourself into a seated position, into upright. So lift and lengthen, inhale, that's it, Gail. And then exhale, look over your right shoulder. Ooh, again, we're feeling this hip idea for most of us. So let yourself be feeling sensation in your right buttock, a bit like pigeon, a bit like that cradling position that we started class with. See if you can avoid collapsing. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, looking over your right shoulder. Where is your left toe? Bring it back to the floor if it has lifted. Just a few more breaths. And then if you can, there's nothing to see here, but I'd like to encourage you to work your bent leg into your arm. So yeah, the right leg pushes against the left arm. And then you feel the sensation in the hips a little more. Yeah, I can just feel everyone's holding their breath. Breathe. And then inhale to come forward and exhale, just release and untangle. We don't often do Ardha Matsendrasana, but it's a beautiful little twist. Changing sides. Yeah, so right leg, which is best for you to see, and then the left goes over. And we just have a little play and go, oh, I could sit here. Yeah, maybe it's already challenging. So if you have enough sensation here in your buttocks and in your thighs, then you don't even have to do the twist. And again, if the belly is challenged, have an open twist. Open twist always means there is not so much of a squish in the belly, or let's have the closed twist. So for me, I go into the closed twist, right hand, cradles my left knee, left hand comes behind. Now the behind is not to lean into, it's just to give you a little prop to lift up and look over your left shoulder. Oh, that makes beautiful space for dinner if you haven't had food yet. I hope there's someone in your house cooking for you. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? Oh, and then play, just feel it, feel it. If you play with these two opposing actions, The leg, the bent leg pushing into the arm just withstanding that little nudge. You notice how your buttocks fire up. Piriformis, that muscle that's when it's tight and when it's sort of restricted. When it's tight, it restricts the sciatic nerve. That's what I was wanting to say. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, perhaps a little bit more twist. Maybe now you can feel it moving from the buttock into the belly. And then inhale to come forward and exhale to release. Oh, well done. Beautiful. Let's come back just for a few breaths into what we started with. Left leg straight, right leg bent. Maybe that cradle idea, or you could call it seated pigeon, feels different now. Oh, walk in the park. Yeah, maybe yes, maybe no. That's it, Megan. Just lifting the heel a little higher. Beautiful. Good, good. Nice, nice correction. Dorsiflexion of the foot. Oh, that's lovely. I can see everything. Inhale here. Exhale. Let's come into shoelace. Just a little. Yeah, yeah, beautiful. So maybe the knees like this, or maybe it's really nicely folded. Dorsiflex, lift and lengthen, inhale, come forward, exhale. None of this, I exaggerate, dropping, lengthening. If you get sensation beautifully in your hamstrings and in your hips like this, stay. If you need to come further forward to feel something, come further forward. That's it, Megan, just bringing the hands to the side, dorsiflexion in the foot. Ooh, breathing, 5 more exhalations. Let me see. Shoelace. Let it all release. Oops, it's me. Nice, good, good. Good, Linda, dorsiflex that straight leg a little. Yeah. Last exhale and then inhale, we're just coming up. We cradle that leg back. Goodbye for now. Right leg straight, left leg bent, just a few breaths into the cradle. Yeah, let's do the cradle first. Unless Linda, if you want to go straight into it, if that gives you more sensation, because I know you're fairly open in the hips. Lift and lengthen, inhale. I know. Beautiful. Good. Yeah, you're welcome to stay for a little, or you're welcome to now fold into the shoelace. Beautiful forward bend here. Nice. Lift and lengthen, inhale. Yeah, so for me, this is the more challenging side. Just let this be acknowledged. Yeah, dorsiflexion in the foot. Coming forward, inner smile, outer smile. Yeah, it's like in class, there's a danger with the forward folds. It's like, yeah, the mind goes walkabouts. There is not a lot of movement. But we're still keeping the connection to the breath. Inhale through the top of the head. Exhale through that right leg heel, that straight leg. Yeah, and your body, the stimulation goes to where you need it. For most of us, this could be hamstrings first before there is any sensation in the left hip. And then inhale to come up and exhale, slowly releasing. Ooh, we cannot do this without going into Paschimottanasana. No hip engagement. Lift and lengthen, inhale. Exhale, come forward. Keep the spine long. I'll show you sideways. You all know Paschimottanasana. Good. So you want to work, we work more and more here with the ribs and the hips find length rather than doing this for the sake of forward bending. Lengthening and then coming forward. So your Ujjayi breath is happening. Good, that's it, Helly. Beautiful. Nice. Kathy, you're out of my screen in the seated position. That's okay. For me, I just thought I'll let you know. Heart forward, shoulders back, big toes pushing away. Nice. 2 more exhalations just into that. Stretching the whole west side of the body, which is your Paschimottanasana. Inhale to come up. Exhale to release. Oh, brilliant. Shoulders, have a little look. I feel that we could come into, and most of you, all of you have done this with me before. Bridge pose. And then we stay on the upper arms and on the shoulders, and we do our beautiful twist that stimulates our shoulders. You may not lift up to here, you know, your strength may just falter a little. Can you all see? And then we rotate. So we're in a bridge pose. And then we rotate our whole spine, our whole torso from left to right. Join me when you're ready. I'm going to zoom into your practices and just see what's happening. If the strength leaves you, you can just come out, bring the hips down, have a few breaths, and then lift up again. So the strength doesn't come from the shoulders, it comes from your legs, from your buttocks, and from your back. From your belly, of course, as well. It's just a beautiful stimulation for the shoulders, and the spine loves twisting. It's one of the basic movements. Let's do each side twice more. Aha, Helly and everyone, see if you can keep the knees relatively still, so it actually does become a twist of the spine. Feel how it's different. I want you to understand it. I'm not just telling you to do something without any reasoning behind it. That's it. Nice. There we go. And now have the option, if you wanted to come out for a moment, pause, and then stay on one side. So you lift up into bridge pose and you stay on one side. So I'm coming over to the twist onto the left. So your right palm meets the left palm, and then you go, did she say that's a twist? Can I actually feel that? Can I actually keep my knees moving towards each other? They're not touching. This is strong. And then you release and you see if you could do the other side. But of course, you only do what's useful. Who is this? Nice. Beautiful. And then slowly coming out. Excellent. Let's draw the knees into the chest. Nice. Knees into the chest. Exhale, knees to chest. Inhale forward. Nice and slow. Good. Inner smile, outer smile. And then let's just come into a moment of rebound. I just want you to feel the sensation in your shoulders where we have just wiggled from left to right. Like after our yin practice, just a gentle rebound. Now, Anastasia and everyone else, of course, as well. I hope that was useful. Anastasia, let me know after how this went for your shoulders. Brilliant. Now, let's have another play. I can't assume everyone has got a free wall space. So we're going to do this differently. If you know it, come with me. But I'd like us to come into a work in progress shoulder stand. So we work to elbows stemming next to the rib cage like this. You can even make a bit of sound like I do. And then the legs solidly come overhead and up to the ceiling. And then slowly curling out. And you can see this is strong. This is core strength. But it's also finding the control of your belly and finding the idea for shoulder stand that everything is lifting up except this, which is on the floor. So your arms push down and the idea is to lift yourself up. Start and join me when you're ready. It's not about what it looks like. Feel the strength. That's it, Louisa. Just everyone make sure you have your elbows as close into your torso as possible. Because remember, in our shoulder stand, we want the elbows in as well. Because it's a shoulder stand, it's eventually just on the shoulders, not on the upper arms. And you feel this after a while. So just two more perhaps. If you want to have a breath or two in the full expression without supporting, do that. And then slowly releasing. Draw the knees to the chest, breathe. Exhale, knees to chest. Inhale forward. Let's come up into full Uttanasana. Forward to the knees, exhale. Curling out. Beautiful. We will counterbalance with our, what's it called? Fish pose, Matsyasana. Ta-da. Are we going time out? Oh, we have to do that. Okay, if you know fish pose, let's come into it. Let's make it a traditional variation. So you bring your arms long behind your back, palms facing down, toes pointed, Exhale, make yourself solid. Push into your into your lower arms and elbows. Let the head go back. Some of you enjoy letting the head come to the floor. I like the head hanging. And then draw the shoulders in towards each other. We have already, come out, I'd like you to stay. We've already activated our shoulder blades. They know how to draw in towards the center. So let yourself do that. Feel that. Beautiful. Nice. If you wanted to open and close your mouth a few times. Yeah, we're still there. To stretch the throat. Any discomfort in your neck, anywhere, of course, come out. Otherwise, 2 more breaths. And then slowly coming out. Beautiful. Nice. Just take a moment to feel into your body. Nice. Let's come over to the side. Let's come into a seated position. Yeah, I'd just like us to see each other. Here we go. Beautiful. Hope that was useful. Nice. Now finding a comfortable position, and we're just going to have the arms out wide. Arms out wide, heart lifted, shoulders drop. Palms facing down. And then inhale coming up, embracing of the full moon. Fingertips touch, elbows bend and the shoulders drop. Inhale here, exhale, release, push the wall away. Embracing of the full moon. Good. Inhale here, we're coming up again. Full moon embracing. So the idea is that the front of the torso lifts and your shoulders drop down. So if you wanted to see, this is not it. It's that dropping downward, that downward movement here with our shoulders. Beautiful. And then inhale here, exhale, pushing the wall away. Good. Inhale here, exhale, coming up into embracing of the full moon. Feel this though in your shoulder blades. Feel your back muscles. So here is where the feeling sensation is. Beautiful. And then exhale, just a full release. Hands in prayer in front of the heart. Closing down your eyes. Nice. Closing down our eyes. Find a comfortable position. And then just notice what you're doing. Sometimes we splay the elbows out. Let your arms, your hands be as relaxed as possible. So maybe the elbows can drop, the shoulders can drop. Maybe you're with the palms of the hands or the thumbs a little higher, a little lower. Be as relaxed as possible. And then just find the connection back to your pelvic floor. Spine is long. The feeling sensation into your breath. Few rounds of Ujjayi breath here. With the Anjali Mudra. I want you to imagine that you actually breathe energy in and out. It will be Ujjayi breath, but out of your palms. Into your heart, through the palms of the hands together, and then out of the heart. So perhaps a little like a filter. It's like when we do the meditation, allowing only from the higher and dismissing any vibrations from the lower. Bringing in and out good energy, good vibes, good vibrations. Filling that heart with that green, loving, kind color and energy and vibration. If doing the both of them, that sort of sense of visualization and breathing through the hands and Ujjayi breath is too much, then let the Ujjayi breath go. And just feel. So for me, I just feel that vibration in my palms when I have that intention of in and out through the palms of the hands, out of the heart and into the heart, and then of course into the whole body. It's a different idea for some of you that heart chakra works really well, the color works really well. Just a few different ideas. If it's not Ujjayi breath, it's simply an inhalation through the nose and exhalation through the nose. Beautiful. Keeping the eyes closed. Yeah, just a few more rounds of breathing. I will leave my mat briefly. I just have to go into the screen and take a screenshot of the participants, just of the list. I'll still do it manually. I don't find another way. Just a few more rounds with that color idea, with that intention idea of filtering, accepting from the higher vibes. Beautiful. Just a few more rounds. And simply observing. We validate everything that comes up, all thoughts, all emotions. It's an inclusive practice. And then we learn to sit with it. Sitting with what comes up. This is like, now we're in that situation, we need to sit and validate all that comes up. That's useful. That's asked of us. Beautiful. Nice. Beautiful. I'm just finding another screen. Very nice. Good. Bringing back the intention for your practice. If you've set a clear intention, you can let go of the visualization and just feel into that intention. Let that intention come in and out with your breath. Your intention was to find some sense of calm. Not to say that because that's very relevant and that's probably the easiest we can relate to. Then bring that in and out with your breath. Just that sense of suggestion. It is always, an intention is always something pleasant, something positive to you. Maybe with that full moon, a sense of balance. Perhaps using that full moon energy to find where is our life perhaps a little bit imbalanced. And seeing if we can restore balance within ourselves, and that flows out into our relationships, our connections to others. It's important always, but especially in these crisis times, when emotions can be heightened everywhere. We need to look after our own emotional well-being, manage our emotions. Beautiful. We're going to stay seated. We're going to chant an Om closing chant. We're going to do a guided relaxation. I had beautiful feedback from our progressive muscle relaxation we did the other day, so we'll do that tonight. Let's exhale to empty the lungs. Big inhale. We'll do a call and response, but because I can't hear you, you can sing it twice, of course. Lokaha, lokaha, samastaha, samastaha, sukhino bhavantu, sukhino bhavantu. Together. Lokaha, samastaha, sukhino bhavantu. Bowing the head forward and just feeling into how that felt. Chanting in your home, chanting when you can hear yourself and myself, not the full group. Knowing also that the sound of your own voice is very healing to your physical body. Closing down the eyes again if you've opened them, or keep them closed, and very slowly make your way into Savasana. I'm lying down with you here. So if you have props, have a bolster underneath your knees. Make sure you're comfortable, make sure you're warm enough, maybe a cushion, blankets galore, your own doona on top of you. This is your practice, this is your home. Maybe you have your own eye pillow, maybe you just use a towel or a blanket. Beautiful. I'd just like you to come into that state of rest. See if you could bring your awareness into your toes. Here we go, toes. And then to see if you can scrunch up your toes like you would with your fingers, making a fist but scrunching up your toes really, really, really strongly, and then hold that scrunch and then let it release. Nice. And we all do the best we can. The scrunching up is scrunching up. It doesn't matter what it looks like. And then see if we can scrunch up our feet, the whole foot. Sort of have that sense of tension, scrunching it up. Really, really tighten it up, and then just hold it for a moment and then let it go. Just let it go. And then see if we can bring our awareness into our calves, our calf muscles and our shins, and then see if you scrunch them up. Of course, there's other bits in the body that scrunch up as well, but the focus is on our calves. How do we scrunch up our calves? Hold it, and then let it go. Just feel into that relaxed state of our calves, of our shins. And then the awareness into our hamstrings, backs of our thighs, the front of our thighs. And just see if you can engage your thighs. Yeah, that's it. We can do this as yogis. Scrunch it up, tighten it up, and then hold it. And then let it go. That's it. And then we're just going to feel into both legs. Left leg, right leg. And just notice, maybe there's a sense of tingling, there's a sense of length, broadness, sense of relaxation. And then we move our awareness into our buttocks, and we're going to scrunch up and tighten up and engage our buttocks to the best of our ability. And we just hold that engaged state. We just hold it, and then we let it go. Feel into that. See if you can stay present to that practice. Nice. And then notice there's a sense of ease in the legs and the buttocks. And then I'd like you to bring your awareness into your lower belly and just see lower belly, hips, and maybe a bit of the buttocks also as well, but lots of scrunching up in the lower belly. And just tighten up our pelvic floor muscles. Just tighten up that lower belly. Hold it, and then let it go. Nice. And notice how enjoyable is that letting go. That sense of space, that sense of broadness. Let's move the whole awareness into the belly. Yeah, the belly, and let us scrunch up that belly, that lower belly, that mid belly, and that upper belly, the diaphragm. Just a little scrunch here. Hold it tight, and then let it go. Notice how the breath moves the belly up and down. And we'll do this with our shoulders and our chest. Make it tight, scrunch the shoulders in the chest. How do we do this? Just hold on tight, and then release it. Nice. And always take notice of that after feeling when we have that release. And now seeing if we can do this all, just dissecting it into the back. So switching on our back muscles, drawing the shoulders in towards the back. There can be a bit of buttocks. That whole back wants to be just scrunched up. Hold it. and then release it. Broaden it, let it go. Nice. And then our fists, our fingers, our hands, make a fist. Make a fist, just hold on tight. Make that fist and then let it go, let those fingers go. Nice. And then I like the idea of bending at the elbows and just giving yourself a tight squeeze, a little hug, and just scrunch up your arms and your shoulders again. Nice, tighten your biceps, tighten your triceps, and then letting the arms untangle and open again. Nice. Feel that body relaxing, feel that ease. Now we're scrunching up our whole face. So you can clench your teeth, you scrunch up your face, your nose, your forehead, everything. So let's do that. I can't talk when I do it. Scrunch it up really strongly. Really, really hold it tight. Ooh, big scrunch. And then let it go. Nice. And then seeing if we can bring the awareness into our scalp, our hair, our scalp, back of the head. A little bit of a scrunching. The face will scrunch up perhaps as well, again with it. The neck, the throat, the scalp, the head, scrunching up, tightening up, and then let it go. Allowing yourself to feel that sense of release, that sense of broadness. Your whole upper body, your whole lower body. Resting. Peaceful Savasana. Having restored our inner peace, our equilibrium, our sense of balance. Just a few more rounds of breathing. Peaceful rest.